What if I told you that the brighter you shine, the sharper the arrows aimed at you? Every act of living fully, embracing your truth, and radiating authenticity awakens envy and hidden resistance. Some will secretly wish you to fail not out of malice, but because your brilliance exposes the shadows they've buried deep, forcing a confrontation with their own unlived potential. Your light is archetypal, not just personal. Each time you step fully into your truth, you become a mirror reflecting the unlived lives of those around you. Shadows recoil when exposed, and admiration and envy rise together. This eternal tension between light and darkness tests the courage of both the illuminated and the dimmed. This is no ordinary reaction. It is both psychological and spiritual. When authenticity awakens, the unconscious stirs. Those who have denied parts of themselves instinctively resist your emergence. Each act of true being becomes a mirror, a subtle challenge they cannot yet face without discomfort, reminding them of the lives they've neglected. Your presence illuminates, but also exposes concealed fears in others. Subtle resistance, coldness, avoidance, or microaggressions are not attacks. They are shadows reflecting unacknowledged desires and buried insecurities. The brighter your flame, the more deeply you awaken truths others cannot yet bear to see. Even those closest to you may struggle with your brilliance. Their envy is instinctive, not personal. They see in you what they have denied themselves. Your courage forces confrontation with their unconscious. Admiration and resistance rise in tandem, revealing that your light always evokes a double-edged reflection of human longing and fear. Envy is never mere jealousy. It is the shadow recognizing the life it refuses to live. Your emergence forces others to face unclaimed potential. While some recoil, others are silently inspired. To shine fully is to hold both responses. Admiration and envy are natural mirrors of truth, both necessary and inevitable in the path of authentic living. Imagine yourself as a torchbearer in darkness, like Abel offering light. Some respond as Cain did with envy, fear, or subtle sabotage. This is an eternal archetype. Those confronted by authenticity attempt to dim your flame, yet their reactions reveal inner struggle rather than your worth. Your brilliance ignites both awe and tension. Expect arrows whenever you rise, subtle, sharp, unavoidable. They pierce not from hatred, but because your radiance exposes others' unclaimed potential. Each arrow is archetypal, a reflection of truths avoided. The discomfort is not malice. It is shadow reacting to illumination, an essential test of your courage and fidelity to the self. Misunderstandings, betrayal, and silent opposition will arise. Each is an opportunity to strengthen your alignment with your true self. Shining is never about approval. It is about honoring essence. Every subtle blow, every whispered resistance becomes a lesson in endurance, resilience, and unwavering fidelity to your inner truth. True radiance demands courage. To shine fully, you must stand alone at times, resist dimming for comfort, and embrace both envy and admiration. Your light is obedience to inner truth, eternal and unique. It is not arrogance. It is the soul asserting its authenticity, illuminating both the world and the depths of your own being. Envy is never a simple reaction to another's success. It is the shadow's recognition of its own unlived life, the part that knows what it desires but has denied itself. Your radiance awakens not only admiration, but also a silent, instinctive resistance in others. Each time you shine, you hold up a mirror to opportunities others have refused. Their unconscious minds cannot bear to see what they neglected, and the response is projection, subtle sabotage, or hidden criticism. Light awakens long-buried fears. What you embody effortlessly, others have hidden away. When your life flows in alignment with your true self, their instinct is to reject it, not out of malice, but out of confrontation with their own exile. If their shadow cannot be integrated consciously, it lashes out. They may appear kind, even supportive, yet their envy manifests in microaggressions, backhanded comments, or subtle resistance to your growth. Consider the archetype of Cain and Abel. Abel's gift shines and is honored, while Cain's offering is rejected. Unable to look inward, Cain lashes outward. The radiant one becomes a mirror the envious cannot bear, and a timeless tension unfolds. This pattern tests both the illuminated soul and the shadowed one. It challenges the radiant to maintain authenticity and confronts the envious with their unlived life, forcing reflection or repression. You will notice subtle signs: polite smiles, feigned piety, casual criticism, each a silent resistance. These are not random. They are unconscious indicators that your light is challenging someone's inner equilibrium. Ask yourself, will you dim your brilliance to soothe their shadow, or will you remain faithful to the truth you carry? Every choice tests courage and fidelity to the self. This law is mirrored within your psyche. Deep inside, a voice warns, do not shine too brightly, or you will be struck down. It is the inner Cain, the residue of ancient patterns of fear and rejection. This internal saboteur is not mere hesitation. It is archetypal. The fear of being too visible, too successful, too radiant is coded into the collective human story. Even prophets and saints faced rejection for revealing truth. Christ was crucified. Prophets abandoned. Sages mocked. To rise is always to risk arrows from both without and within. The shadow within warns against exposure, yet this warning must be acknowledged, not obeyed. Recognizing the internal Cain transforms fear into awareness. It is not your enemy, but a guide. Integration of both the radiant and the resisting inner voice forms the essence of psychological wholeness. Every act of shining will summon both admiration and envy. The arrows of the external world mirror the resistance of your own inner saboteur, testing the resilience of your alignment with the self. To endure this is courage. The act of individuation is not solitary. It demands confrontation with inner and outer forces. Light is never passive. It provokes, awakens, and catalyzes unseen dynamics. When others subtly resist, it is not personal. It is archetypal. Their unconscious struggles with their own potential project outward, and your presence becomes the mirror for their unclaimed life. Your task is clear. Remain steady, embody your light, and accept the dual reality. Some will wish you failure, others will be inspired. Both are inevitable. To navigate this paradox is the path of individuation itself. True growth requires making peace with your shadows, not destroying them. Only when you integrate light and dark can you shine without arrogance and endure envy without pain. The path of individuation demands courage, humility, and unwavering fidelity to the self. Consider the dream of a man atop a blazing summit. The sun pours through him, yet arrows strike. Panic erupts. The terror is not external. It is the psyche confronting the exposure of the self, the inevitable vulnerability of full visibility. The arrows are never truly from others. They spring from your own fears, your own unacknowledged doubts about shining. Learning to shine is learning to face both external resistance and the inner saboteur that whispers, hide, retreat, diminish. Every challenge, every subtle criticism is archetypal, a reaction to the potential you embody. You awaken in others what they have refused. Their envy is the mirror of their unlived life. Your light reflects what they have exiled. In this understanding, compassion replaces anger. When envy arises, you may bless the envious without surrendering your flame. Their hostility is born of struggle, not personal malice, and your steadiness becomes a lesson they may one day comprehend. Compassion, however, is never submission. To shrink your light is betrayal. The world does not need more shadows. It needs those brave enough to radiate. Your presence may be lonely, but the path of light often is. Stand ready for solitude. The illuminated path rarely teems with companions. Few can bear the mirror of authenticity. Yet this isolation is not punishment. It is the necessary silence in which your self fully emerges. Endure this solitude, and your radiance becomes both steadfast and humble. Integration of self and shadow allows you to move without ego, resilient to envy, and capable of illuminating the world without being consumed by its resistance. True light is never egoic brilliance. It is the humble reflection of wholeness, the self aligned with its totality. Only when your shine is anchored in essence rather than image can it withstand the envy and hostility it inevitably provokes. Your uniqueness disturbs the collective mind, which prefers conformity. The society of masks seeks obedience, comfort, predictability. To drop your mask and reveal your essence is to awaken not admiration alone, but often hidden hostility. The collective resists the authentic. Each revelation exposes illusion. When you embody truth, you simultaneously illuminate falsehood, and this revelation triggers resentment. The mirror of your radiance may sting those unready to face themselves. Envy is a test, not a threat. Escape is impossible, but awareness is available. Every arrow fired, every shadowed glance is an invitation to deepen alignment with the self and discern the genuine from the borrowed light within you. The hero archetype demonstrates this duality. Every obstacle is double-edged, an external challenge and a projection of inner fear. The dragons you slay are as much within as without. Triumph requires standing firm in your authenticity. Those who secretly wish you to fail are teachers, revealing whether your shine is true or borrowed. Their envy is not punishment. It is a test of fidelity to the self, an initiation into standing unmoved by external opinion. Like Judas testing Christ, the world will confront your authenticity. Resist the temptation to hate, despair, or retreat. Their role is initiation, the crucible in which your light is purified, independent of applause or condemnation. See these challenges not as enemies, but as catalysts. The presence of betrayal, envy, and hostility indicates you are walking the path of true individuation. Each test strengthens your alignment with the self and solidifies your radiant integrity. Projection is a force that mirrors what others refuse to see in themselves. When you shine, people unknowingly throw their buried fears and insecurities onto you. As if your light awakens shadows they cannot face. Recognize this. It is not personal. Their envy is the reflection of what they have denied within. You are a screen for their unconscious, a mirror for their unlived potential. Dream. A woman carries a radiant lantern through a dark forest. Shadowy figures emerge, trying to snuff out the light. Fear rises, but the danger is not external. It is within her own psyche, resisting illumination. The true threat is never others. It is the silent collusion with your own darkness, the inner voice that whispers, "It's safer to stay hidden." Confront your inner saboteur. Speak to it with clarity. "I see you. I understand your fear. But I will not obey." This is integration, not violence. You reclaim authority from shadow to self. The wounded healer archetype shows us the paradox. Our pain becomes the source of compassion. When envy or betrayal strikes, your wound teaches endurance, empathy, and unwavering commitment to your light. Envy, betrayal, and loneliness are not punishments. They are initiations. They sharpen your resolve, fortify your flame, and teach you that true power comes from alignment with the self. Arrows may pierce your ego, but they cannot touch the essence of your being. By embracing both light and shadow, you remain rooted, unshakable, and radiant in a world that tests your courage. The path of radiance is often solitary, but it is liberating. You walk alone, yet in freedom, carrying the torch that no darkness can extinguish. Others' envy does not diminish you, it tests you. Every challenge is a mirror to your fidelity, a chance to anchor deeper in your true self. Remain aligned with your light, not with the applause or condemnation of the world. This is your highest loyalty, fidelity to the self. People may misunderstand, mock, or reject you. Still, carry the flame. Your duty is not to control their perception, but to remain the vessel of your own illumination. Envy is an invitation to transformation. The very forces that seem to oppose you are catalysts for growth and deeper authenticity. Your light inspires some, irritates others. This duality is inevitable. Accept it. Both admiration and resentment are natural consequences of shining fully. Your worth is not measured in approval or applause, but in the courage to stay faithful to your soul, to embody your full self without compromise. Others who are ready will see you and feel emboldened. Your example awakens their courage. You become a spark that ignites hidden light in the world. Guard your flame, illuminate your path, and uplift those who falter. Your radiance is a beacon, both for yourself and for others, yet to embrace their own light. Always remember, as one who shines, you remind others of their own potential. By daring to embody your light, you awaken the world, one soul at a time.